See if I get my volume working properly here. Can you guys hear me?
We sure can, yeah. How about us?
Perfect.
So thanks for doing this.
Yeah, happy to.
Mr. Bodner was going to come down and say hi, but he didn't.
All right, I'm just getting settled in.
So we've got about 8 questions we'd like to ask you about either your profession, or some of them are kind of honed into making a radio show.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds great. I'm excited.
Okay, here's our first person.
Hi, my name's Lucy, and my question is, how did you get started as a radio host?
Oh, okay. That's a question I get asked a lot, Lucy. Thank you. My dad was actually in radio for many, many years before I was born, and he did a lot of interesting jobs, including he was the first guy to be the play-by-play broadcaster for the Calgary Flames. From there, he did a lot of baseball and football games and was a sports reporter, but he always worked and he worked at a bunch of different radio stations. So I was always around it as a kid, and it seemed like a really fun job and a really natural thing. And I used to go to work with him a lot and see what he did, and I was quite fascinated by it. So when I was in high school, I got the opportunity to do the announcements on the PA system for our school to, announce lunch specials in the cafeteria, or if there was a field trip planned or something like that. And it was a lot of fun. So I decided to explore my options in college or university as far as radio goes. And I found out that in Calgary, Mount Royal College, now Mount Royal University, and SAIT both had radio broadcasting courses. So I applied, I got into Mount Royal, and I studied there for 2 years, and then that kind of how it all began for me. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool, thanks. Who's next?
Hi, my name is Nikita, and my question is, how do you come up with the ideas of what to talk about on a radio show?
That's a great question. It seems like we put a lot of work into coming up with interesting topic ideas, but you'll notice that we hope to be talking about the same things on the radio that you and your friends might be talking about off the radio. And that's, I think, really the secret to doing radio that people want to listen to. It's that the radio station's talking about the things that are important to me, or that matter to me, or that are entertaining to me. For example, you might have a conversation with your friends today about maybe going to see a movie tonight, maybe going to see one of the new movies that comes out. Well, we hope that we're smart enough and in tune enough with what you're doing that we will also be talking about, cool new movies that are coming out, or, what certain rock stars or pop stars are up to. If, Justin Bieber got caught kissing the wrong girl or something like that. We try to find topics that people are already talking about to begin with.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you. It's a good question.
Hi, I'm Tristan, and my question is, what do you find works best to keep viewers listening?
Sorry, man, can you ask the question again?
What do you find works best to keep viewers listening?
What works best to keep people listening? Well, if I knew the secret to that, I'd be a bajillionaire, my man. I think that you just do your best to try to be interesting and compelling, right? Make people want to keep listening and want to keep coming back. There's this saying in the news business that the biggest failure in television news is the failure to make what's important interesting. So the example I would give you is that we all know, like, a lot of fairy tales or bedtime stories that we grew up with. Those stories are either really boring or really interesting, depending on who tells the story and how the story is told. So you always want to make sure that you're the interesting person who's telling the story in an interesting way.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Tristan.
Hello. My name's Savvy, and I was just wondering how much preparation goes into each radio show.
Okay, that's cool. Well, we do 4 hours on the air every morning, and the amount of preparation that goes into that, it's hard to say the exact amount, but I could probably say we do 1 hour of preparation for every 1 hour of